Hello everyone and welcome to the part 20 of this video series. Now in this video we are going to start saving our short here, and also we are going to put them inside a collection. So in this video we are going to do this much. Okay, so let's get started. And first thing we are going to do is to make our model for the collection and save, and also I'm going to make the model for the view so that we can count how many views each shot has got. Okay, so first model will be our collection model, collection, and this will have ID and name of the collection, which will be a type of string. Then we are going to have user ID, and this will be type of string, and created at, and the type will be date time, and default value will be now. After that we can add a description for the collection, and this will be a type of string as well, and this will be optional. A collection may or may not have a description, and that is why we are using this optional operator here. And now we are going to define our relation with the user, which is going to be looking like this. Field will be user ID and the reference will be ID from the user table, and then we're going to have saves, which is coming from the save model. Now let's make that model here. So model save. Now this will have a ID, and this will also have the user ID. After that we are going to have a upload ID, or you can say short ID, which will be a type of string. Then collection ID, which will be a type of string, and then created at. So this will be date time and default will be now. Now we are going to define the relation. So we are going to have three relations here. First will be with the user, so I'm just going to copy this and paste here. Second will be with the upload, so we can add upload here, add the upload table. Relation fields will be upload ID, and the reference will be ID, not ID, yes, ID. Okay. Now after that we are going to have collection, and after that we are going to have a constraint, unique constraint between user ID and the upload ID. So unique user ID and the upload ID. Okay, so by this we are going to specify that our user will not be able to save a single shot to two different collections. Okay, now we are going to add the reverse relation. So let's go to the user, or maybe upload first, and this will have the save, I think save, yeah. And now we are going to go to the user, and this will have collection, and this will be collections. Okay, and then we are going to have the save. Okay, so we can write saves, and then here save array. And lastly we are going to add one more model here for view. So we can add model view. ID will be auto generated, so I'm just going to copy that from here and paste here. Then I'm going to add user ID, which will be type of string, upload ID, and then we are going to have a unique constant. So we are going to only count one view per user. Okay, so we are going to do like this: unique user ID and upload ID. So this way we are only going to count user view only one time. Okay, and now let's add the relation. So we can just copy that from here and paste here, and now I'm going to add the reverse relation. So here we can add views, this will be view. I'll copy this and paste over here, and that's it. So we have to make these three new models: collection, save, and view. Now I'm going to push this to the database. So I can go to the project directory cd Dribble, and then I can write npx Prisma db push. Okay, so now the tables are created in the database. We can close this, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to directly start writing our functions here inside our action folder, and the file name will be collections. Okay, so here we are going to write all the functions that we are going to need. So first let's import, not this, we are going to import the Prisma, and also we are going to make this a server, and also I'm going to import the auth from auth file. Okay, and now let's start writing our functions. So the first function will be get collections for user. So we can write export const get collections for user. So this will get all the collections inside our model that we are going to make, and the user can choose from these collections to save the shot. Okay, so let's continue. This will be a asynchronous function. We are not going to pass anything here, and first we are going to check for the session. So we can write const session is equals to await auth. Okay, and then we are going to check here if session dot user exists. If it does not exist, then we are going to just return an error saying that user is not authenticated. Now if we do have the session and the user, then we are going to get all the collections. So we are going to have the try and catch block here, and let's get all the collections, const collections, and this will be like this, I think. Yeah, and now I'm going to add some conditions. So where the user id will be session.user.id, and we do not only need the collection, we also going to need the saves and the upload data. So we are going to include all that stuff. So we are going to get the saves. Inside the save we are going to include upload, and from the upload we are going to include the items. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show the first item of this upload as a thumbnail. Okay, and that's why we're doing this. Okay, now after that we're just going to return our collections. So return, let's make the success to true, and then pass the collections. And in the catch block we can just console the error here, and pass the message that error retrieving the collections, and also pass the error. And also I'm going to return an object with the error message. The error message will be same. So this is all for this function. Now I'm going to add next function, that would be create a collection. So we can write export const create collection, and this will be asynchronous. And now we are going to pass some parameters here. So first it will have name, which will be type of string, and description, and this will be optional, and type will be string. Now again we are going to check for the authentication of the user. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it over here, and after that I'm going to create a new collection. So we can write try and catch cost new collection, wait Prisma dot collection dot create, and pass the data. So the data will be name, description, and user id. So we can get the user id from session.user.id, and we have a warning here that this id can be undefined, which should not be. So I'm going to check that here for that session okay, dot user dot id, and now we should not have that warning. And after that I'm going to just return success true. Okay, now in the catch we can just copy these two lines, paste it here, and we are going to change the message. So this will be error creating, okay, the collection. I'm just going to copy this and paste over here, and with this this function is also done. Now the next function will be delete collection, so we can write export const delete collection, and not collection, this will be collection, this will be asynchronous, and we are going to pass the collection id here, which will be a type of string. And again we are going to check for the auth, so I'm just going to copy this, paste here. Now after this let's use try and catch block, and we can like await prisma dot collection dot delete, and then we can pass the where condition where id will be collection id, and after that we can just return success to true. Okay, and lastly we can just copy these two lines and paste here, saying that error deleting the collection. So this will be deleting, copy this and paste here. Next function will be adding short to the collection. Okay, so we can write export const const add short to collection async, and yeah. Now as for the parameters, we are going to pass the upload id, which will be a type of string, and the collection id, which will be a type of string. Now here we can check for the session, so I'm just going to copy this and paste here. Now after that use try and catch block, and inside this we are going to make the new save. So new save is equals to await prisma dot save dot create, and here we can pass the data. Inside we are going to pass the upload id, collection id, and then user id, and then we can just return the success true. And for the error we can just copy this and paste here, and the message will be error adding a short to collection. Now copy this and we can just paste this over here, and with that this function is also done, and we do not need to actually save this inside a variable. We can just write it like this. After this next function will be remove short from the collection, so we can write export const remove short from collection, await not await async, and we are going to have upload id, which will be type of string, collection id, which will be type of string as well, and I can just copy this line, paste over here, and after that I can use try and catch block. Here I'm going to use await prisma dot save dot delete and provide the where condition. So where upload id, then collection id, and also the user id. Now this will give us an error, so instead of this we can actually use this. Okay, so we can pass the user id and the upload id, and also we need to pass the collection id. Okay, so now this way this will only delete one particular save, And if you do not want to use this, you can just use delete many, and we can remove this, and this will eventually delete only one save, since we are only saving one shot to a particular collection. Okay, so but this method is not very safe, so we are going to use this. Okay, and after that we can just return success true and a message, although we are not going to use that, but whatever, short removed from collection. Here I can just copy this and paste, error removing short from the collection. Yeah, now after this, our next function will be to move our short to another collection, which we are going to do on the profile page. So export const move short to another collection, and this will be a synchronous. We are going to pass the upload ID, which will be type of string, and from collection ID, which will be type of string, and also the to collection ID, which will be type of string. Now first we are going to check the authentication of the user. Here let's paste. After this we are going to find the save which have upload ID this, and the collection ID from collection ID. Okay, so we are going to find that. We can add const existing save await prisma dot save dot find unique, where then we are going to use this condition user upload ID. So user ID will be session dot user dot ID, and then collection ID, not collection ID, upload ID will be upload ID, and one more condition will be collection ID, which is the from collection ID. And after we get this, so first we are going to check if we have that save or not. So if we have this, then we are going to use try and catch, else we can just return error is not in the collection, and here we can write await prisma dot save dot update where condition ID we are going to get from here existing save dot ID, and then the data will be collection ID to collection ID, and that's it. And after that we can return success true, and here we can return error moving short to another collection. Yeah, that's it for this function. Now the next function will be get collection by ID. So we can add export const get collection by ID, asynchronous function, and as a parameter we are going to have the collection ID, which will be a type of string, and we can just go above and copy this condition, paste over here, and after that use try and catch const collection is equals to await prisma dot collection dot find unique, and with condition ID will be collection ID. That's it. And apart from collection, I'm also going to need some particular data from the upload, so I'm just going to go to the get collections for user function, and I'm going to include this item. So copy this and paste over here. Okay, and then I'm just going to return success true and also the collection. So collection, and this can be null. Okay, so we are going to tackle that on the front end side. After that, in the catch, we can just copy this and paste. Okay, so this will be error retrieving collection. So this is only one collection, and the first function is for all the collections. So we have collections. Yeah, after this function, the next function is for checking if the user have saved a particular shot or not. So export const is shot saved by user. This will be asynchronous, and we're going to pass the upload ID, and this will be type of string. Check for the authentication, and then use try and catch and get the particular save. So we can write const save await Prisma dot save dot find unique where, and we can use this condition user ID and upload ID and upload ID. Yeah, now we are going to return a boolean. So if you do find some data, we are going to return true, otherwise we are going to return false. So we can return, so we are going to return success true and then is saved boolean, which is going to be save. So by using double exclamatory mark, we are going to change this to a boolean. So if I hover over this, you can see now the type is boolean. So if we have data here, then this is going to be true, otherwise this is going to be false. Okay, and for the catch, we can cover this and paste here, and we can write error checking if shot is saved. Now we can copy this and paste over here, and with this we are done with all the functions. Now I'm going to do one change to one of the functions. In this, remove short from collections. So here I'm directly deleting save data here, but first we should check if we have that data or not. So what we are going to do, I'm going to check const save is equals to await Prisma dot save dot find unique, and we are going to use where condition, and I'm just going to simply copy this and paste here. So first we are going to retrieve our data, and then we are going to check if we have this or not. If we do not have our data, then the save was not found and we are not going to do all this task. Otherwise we are going to delete our save. So now we do not need to do all these things. I'm just going to pass id, and now the id will be save dot id, and that's it. So yeah, this is the changes that we have to do in the remove short from collection function, and these are all the functions that we are going to require for the collection. Now we are going to check them one by one when we start working on our component. So yeah, all the functions are ready. Now I'm going to start making our component for the collection. Okay, so now before actually making our components, I'm going to make one more hook here, and that would be for the collection. So the name will be use collection .ts. import the Zoo stand. So create from Zoo stand, and let's define the interface. So this will have, the name will be collection store, collection store, and this will have is collection open. So this will be for our model, and the type will be boolean, and then we are going to have on open collection. This will be a function, and then on close collection, and this will be a function as well. So this will be for model. Now after that we are going to have one more boolean to create collection. So using this, we are going to show one more page in which you can actually make a collection. So this will be a type of boolean as well. And yeah, after that we can just write on open create collection. This will be a function, and we can just duplicate this. This will be on close. Okay, now let's make our hook here. So export const use collection store, and then create, pass the collection store, set, and not this, like this, is collection initial value will be false. I'm just going to go with the auto suggestion. Yeah, everything is correct. Now let's save and close this, and let's go to where is it, in the show components main view, and here we are going to, and here I'm going to add a component which will be collection model.tsx. okay, now here first we are going to get our store. So we can add const empty object use collection store, and from there I'm going to get this on close, and then on to create collection, on open collection, and on close create. And let's import all of them. Here first I'm going to actually fetch the collections. So I'm going to use that query here. Let's go to the comment, and we can copy this and go here, import the use query. We do not need this, and we can also remove this. Now we can write const this is equals to await get collection by user, sorry, for user. So this will get all the collections of a particular user, and then we can return response dot success, not success, dot collection. Now instead of this we can use if and else. If response dot success and response dot collection is there, then we are going to return response dot collection, else. So we are going to return an empty array. After this let's write our JSX. Now here we are going to have a dialog, since we are making model which will open in the middle, and for that we can use actually dialog from setcn, which will look something like this. But since I'm going to do some changes in the UI, I'm going to make a custom dialog using the same CSS that they have used in this dialog. So we are going to install this dialog by using this command, and then we can go here and we are going to copy some CSS from here and we are going to make our own dialog. Okay, so I'm going to close this and give this a class name of fixed insert 0 z 999, and now let's go to the dialog. Let's see where we have this CSS. So yeah, so we can just copy this and paste over here. So we actually copied almost all the CSS from here. Just one change is here, that here the Z is 50 and we have Z 999. Okay, now one more thing that I would add here. So we want this to show when is collection is open. So is collection is open, then we are going to show this, otherwise we are going to make this hidden. Okay, now inside this we are going to have one more div. Give this a class name, and this will have this CSS. Okay, so we can just copy this and paste over here. Now after this we are going to have our X icon. So this one I'm just going to copy this and paste over here and change this to div. Okay, and import this X from Lucid React. Okay, let's save this, and for now let's go again to the heading, and we're going to do some changes over here. So now let's import our store here, const use collection store, and then get the on open collection. Okay, now let's go below, and on clicking this button we are going to open that model. For now we are just going to do this, but later we are going to do some changes here, because let's say if you already have saved that shot, then we need to have different function here to unsave that or to remove that from our collection. So this is not final, we are going to do some changes here later, but for now this is good enough. And now let's add this collection model to the layout. So over here, collection model, and now refresh it. Okay, so let's make this a client component first. Use client, and if I click on this, yeah, now our model is over here. Now we can start adding more things in this. Okay, so now let's go to the collection model, and using this collection data, so let's change this to all collections, and this will be all collections. So yeah, now everything should be good. Now here we are going to use a ternary operator. So we are going to check if all collections dot length, if this is equals to 0, or the to collection or to create collection is true. If any of these two conditions are true, then we are going to show a component name will be create collection. Okay, otherwise we are going to show choose collection. Okay, so let's make these two components over here. So first will be const create collection. Okay, return div, and the second will be choose collection. So copy this, paste over here, add arrow, and then return div. Okay, so now let's save, and if I write something here, let's say this, as you can see we are getting that text because right now we do not have any collections in our database. Okay, so let's first work on this create collection component. So let's move this, and I'm directly going to write the JSX part. So we can write class name great gap 4, and inside this div we are going to have one more div, sorry not div, we are going to have a p tag, give this a class name of border b and pb4, and inside this we can write create a new collection. Okay, now below that we're going to have a div, give this a class name, and inside that we are going to have a label, give this a class name of block pb2 font medium, and then we can have a name over here, and then below that we are going to have an input tag, that will be text, and then on change handler. So let's make a state here const title, let's be more specific, collection title, and set collection title. Use state, and initially this will be undefined. Okay, so here we can add on change, and this will set the collection title to e.target.value. Okay, and let's provide the type here. So the type will be string. Now we do not have any errors. Now let's give this class name. So here add class name px2 py4 sorry py3 border of 1 pixels and border neutral of 200, focus border pink 400, and w full rounded LG, focus outline pink 300. Similarly we are going to have text area, so I'm just going to duplicate this. This will be description. Okay, and we can make this text area, we can remove the type, and let's make one more state const collection description set collection description. Okay, is equals to state, type will be string, and initial value will be undefined. Now here we can use set collection description, and padding will be 4 here. Okay, now after this, below this add one more div, give this a class name of flex item center and space x3, and then we are going to have two buttons here, either we can cancel or we can make our collection. So first we are going to have a collection cancel button. So class name px5 py 10 pixels rounded full bg neutral of 100, border of 1 pixels, border neutral of 300, font medium, and text SM, and here we can write cancel. Okay, now we are going to add on click handler here. So on clicking this, first we are going to make this to create collection boolean false. So we can write on close, what was the name? I think I need to import that here as well. So this will be on close create collection. Okay, so we are going to close this. After that I'm going to set these to undefined again. So set collection description to undefined, and set collection title to undefined. Okay, so let's save, and this is going to look something like this. Okay, now also one more condition I will add here, that if we do not have any data in our collection, if we do not have any collection in our database, that means when we cancel this, we do not want to actually save that short to our database. Means we should actually close this dialog. So I will add the condition here, not here, here. If the collection, so which I'm getting from here, all collections, so what I can do, I can actually pass all collections from here. Okay, so copy this and all collections and pass over here, and now I can add that here as well. So all collections. Now let's define the type of this. So we can write interface extended collection type. That would extend our collection type from Prisma client. Okay, and inside this we are going to first have saves. Okay, the type will be save from Prisma client. Okay, so I think we already have that. Okay, save upload items. Okay, so we have all the types, and so this will have upload. Okay, upload, which will be a type of upload, and then this will have items. Okay, and this will be an array, and now let's assign this type here. So extended collection type, this will be an array, and this can be undefined. Okay, and now we do not have any errors here, sorry, warning, and now we can use that over here. So all collections dot length, if this is equals to 0, then we are going to on close the collection model. Okay, now let's save, and let's see if this is working or not. So when I click on this, this should close like this. Okay, and like you see here that we are not getting any kind of animations. So for the animation you can use frame of motion here, or you can directly use this dialog. Okay, they have good animation, but I'm just going to use this. We do not require that much animation in our project, so I'm fine with this. Now let's also add this close function to this X. So over here when we click on this, I want this to close. Okay, let's right click this. Okay, so this will also close our dialog. Okay, now with this done, now I'm going to make one more button to actually make a collection. So this will be below this. Let's first write our class names. So px5 py 10 pixels, rounded full, bg neutral of 950, and text white, text sm, and font medium. And then inside this we can write create collection. Okay, now I'm also going to use a loader here, so let's add that. So loading circle, loading circle, not loading circle, loader circle. Give this a class name, animate spin, inline block, w6 h6, rounded full, text pink 400, and this will show only if we are actually making the request to create a collection. So first let's add a mutation here. So we can add const create collection mutation is equals to use mutation, and now inside this give the mutation key, which will be add collection, and then mutation function. So mutation function async, inside this we are going to pass, so we do not have to pass anything, we are directly going to get our values from here. So here we are going to return await. Let's first add a condition. So if we have collection title, so if we have this, then we are going to create our collection. Let's import this, and yeah, that's it. And then we can return a response. Okay, in the response we are going to get success or error. So if we get success, then that means the collection is successfully created. Okay, so yeah, otherwise we can return, else we can return a null. Okay, so yeah, now we can go below, and here we can add, what is the name, create collection mutations. Create collection mutation dot is pending. If this is true, then we are going to show this. Okay, and now in the button we can add on click handler, create collection mutation dot mutate, and we have to write it like this. Okay, now let's save, and let's see if this is working or not. So I'm going to add first collection. Okay, nothing special, nothing special. Let's click on this. Okay, I think nothing happened. Okay, so I think we did get some kind of errors. To solve this, we have to just stop the server and restart it again. I'm just going to refresh it. Let's open this, first collection. I'm going to leave this and create. Yeah, I think we created successfully. Yeah, and one thing I would add here is flex item center space x1. Okay, and yeah, you can see that Now we do have some data here. Here we do have some data in all collections. That is why now we are seeing this component. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's go to the database and then collections. Let's delete this one. Now we can go here. So when this happens, okay, we are going to wrap this inside curly braces, and if not here inside this undefined, since we are not passing anything, and then on success, this will be a function. So on success we are going to close this create collection. Okay, and also we are going to refetch this data, so we can add, I think, this query key over here. Okay, so now if I console this, all collections. Okay, now let's save and let's try one more time. So hello again, collection. Okay, let's create, and okay, so the collection was created, but okay, so that took a lot of time. So what I'm going to do, let's go here, and I don't know why, but this is not working correctly. So I'm going to remove that condition from here, and instead of that I'm going to put that over here. So if as.success is true, then I'm going to just close, not collection, create collection. Okay, I'm going to close this, and also I'm going to make these undefined. So set collection description to undefined, set collection title to undefined. Now let's save, let's delete our data one more time. Okay, subscribe, let's create. Still not working. Okay, so I was able to figure out the problem. Whatever we were doing was correct. So we were mutating our database, we were passing nothing because we do not have to pass anything here, and on success we are actually closing our create collection boolean. Now the thing is, actually by default this is false, and when we are opening this and when we do not have any kind of data, we were not doing anything to this boolean, and because of that this was always false. And when we added new collection to the database, we were closing this collection, and since it was already false, this makes them again false, and because of that nothing was changing over this query key. Okay, and since this query key is not changing, this is not going to fetch our data again. So what we had to do here, when we are getting all the collection data, first we are going to check if the collection's length is 0 or not. If this is 0, then I'm going to change the boolean here to true. Okay, and after that, when we are done adding some title and everything else, and when we create our collection, this will make that false. That means the state will change, and when the state is changing, this is going to again fetch our all collection datas, and that would make this condition to false, which will eventually show this component. So I hope you understand what I was talking about. We just had to play with this boolean. We have to edit here because we have to refetch this data whenever we are going to create a new collection, and yeah, and we also have to change this boolean whenever we are fetching our new collections. Okay, so now with this done, let's try one more time. So right now I do not have any kind of data here. So now if I write first collection and click on the create, yeah, as you can see this happens very fast, and now we have data over here, and also the create collection boolean is false, and here we have new data. Okay, as you can see. So now this is working perfectly. Let me show you one more time. So I'm going to again delete this data. Okay, I'm going to open this. So initially we are going to have true for this to create collection boolean. This is going to be true initially, and when we add collection, then it is going to be false. And to change in state, we are going to refetch our data, which will eventually show the second component here. Okay, so this is how it is working. Now we are going to add more options here, like now in this component we are actually going to show all the collections, and from that the user will choose in which this shot has to be saved. And also we are going to add one more button to actually add more collections. So on clicking that, we are going to again make this true so that we can uh, have that form to add more collections. So yeah, let's continue making that, and now we are going to work on the second component, which will be choose collection. And now let's start working on our choose collection component. So I'm going to give this div a class name, and that would be flex call, and justify between. Now inside this add one more div and give this a class name of overflow y scroll, and inside this add a h1 tag, give this class name as well of text extra large mb3 border bottom pb2 and border neutral of 300. Okay, and here we can add this to your collection. After that, below this add a div. Inside that we are going to have an input tag, and then we can give a placeholder which will be filter collections, and let's give this a class name of px4 py4 border of 2 pixels, and border color will be border neutral of 200, focus border pink of 400, w full, and rounded lg focus outline pink 300. Okay, and we are going to work on this later. First let's actually first we are going to get all the collections. So like we did over here, I'm going to actually copy this and paste here. Okay, and this time, okay, let's also get our hooks. Okay, so yeah, now here we are going to filter out the collections using the title that we are going to write inside our input. So let's make a state over here, const collection title, set collection title, okay, is equals to use state, type will be string, and initial value will be undefined. And now here we can filter that out. Okay, so we can write const filtered collection is equals to all collections dot filter, and first we are going to check if we have this collection title or not. So we can check here. If we have, then we are going to filter, otherwise I'm going to show all the collections. Okay, now I can filter that here, collection, so I'm going to write call, and then call dot name to lowercase, this should be equals to collection title to lowercase. Okay, so in this way we are going to filter out our collections, and now I'm going to map over those collections. So filtered collection, if this is available, then we are going to map over that, filtered collection dot map, and fill collection, and we are going to make one more component here, collection show, and we are going to give the id over here, which will be fill collection dot id. Now let's make this component. So here I'm going to make that const collection show, it will take id, and the type of id will be string. Okay, return and have a d. So now let's save and go back here. I'm going to refresh it, and let's see what we are going to see now. So now we are going to see this, add this to a collection, filter collection, and now I'm going to display all the collections over here. But before that, we can add two buttons here to add more collections or to close this model. Okay, so give this a class name of flex item center and justify between and w full, and now here we can add button on click, and this will actually on open the create collection. So this will open that extra page in which we can add new collections. Give this a class name, and we can get the css for that from, I think, from here. Yeah, this. Let's paste it over here, and inside that we can write create a collection. Okay, like this, and also we can give this margin top of 3 so that we have some gap over here. Now let's make the second button. So this will have css of secondary button, sorry, first primary button. So we copy this and paste over here, and this will be for closing our main model. So on click, and this will close our collection after moving a short to a collection. So we can write done over here. Now let's save, and now we should have one more button, and now in between we are going to show all the collections. So we are going to do that over here. Okay, so here we first going to need the upload id of this short, or you can say short id, and to store that we actually need to use a hook. So I'm going to actually store the id of the short inside this hook. So inside this hook. So I'm going to go here, let's go to the hook here. Here I'm going to add one more parameter field here, so that would be upload id, and this will be type of string, and then on upload id, so this will be set upload id. Okay, and inside this we are going to pass the id, which will be a type of string, and let's add that over here as well. Initial value will be undefined, so I can add undefined here as well. And after that, this. Now let's save and go to our heading, and here we can add that. So on clicking this, along with opening the collection, we are also going to set the upload id. So we can write this, and also let's import our upload. So set upload id, let's go below, and here we can write set upload id, and inside that we can pass the id. So show data dot id. Okay, and this can be undefined. So if we have this data, then we are going to do this. Okay, so in that way, now we are going to get id stored in this hook, and now we can use that inside our collection. So here, actually let's remove those that we do not need, this one and this one. Okay, we can go below and we can add const use collection store. From here I'm going to get upload id. Okay, that's it. Now after this, let's write a React query to get our individual collections. Okay, so I think I have used here, yeah, this query. I can copy this, go below and paste over here. We are going to change all these things. So this will be individual collections, and we can remove this, and this will be collection, just collection. Okay, we can remove this as well, and we can write get collection by id, and we can pass our id here. Okay, and this will return all these things. So we need success and collection, and we are going to return the collection. And yeah, I think this is it. So now we can use this data over here. So give this to a class name of my2 border of 1 pixels and border neutral of 300, rounded md, and p2 py4 and bg gray of 50. After that, relative position, cursor pointer, flex, item center, and justify between. Okay, now inside this div we can add one more div and give this a class name of flex item center space x3, and then inside this add one more div. I give this we do not need to give this anything, and we are going to actually use the collection now. So if we have the collection dot save, okay, I'm not able to use the types here, and this is saying that we can get never empty array. So I think we should remove this, we do not need this, and now I should be able to use the types. Yeah, saves. So if we have the collection, and inside that if we have the saves, and then inside that if we have collection dot saves dot length greater than 0, Then we are going to show the image from next image. Now as for the src, we are going to use collection dot saves dot let's say first upload dot items dot content. Okay, items first index dot content. Now here the first item can be a text editor, and in that case we are going to get a string, and in that case we are not going to get any kind of image. So you can actually optimize this. You can add some more functions to select only the media components, but I'm going to go with the easier approach right now. I'm leaving this to you guys. You can figure out or write a function to get only the media component from these items and then use that content to get the URL for this image. But for now I'm just going to directly use this. In the alt I can say collection image, or we can make this dynamic. Let's go collection dot saves dot 0 dot upload dot, let's use the id, and let's give this width of 70 and height of 54. Give this a class name of z50, border of 2 and border neutral of 300, border neutral of 300, and then rounded sm. Now if we do not have anything inside this collection, that means we do not have saved anything inside this collection, then in that case we are going to show an image with the same css almost, but we are going to change the source. So first let's change the alt value. So here we can write demo image, and then here I'm going to write of this image collection project dot jpg, and yeah, that's it. Now let's save and let's see if this is working or not. So I think, oh, this is png, so let's write png here, png. Yeah, now we have this. Okay, if we had any shots saved in this collection, then we are going to see the first item content here. Okay, so with this done, let's go below and add a div. Give this a class name, not class name. Inside this we are going to add a p tag. Give this a class name of font medium text sm, and inside that we can write collection name. So collection dot name, and then below add one more class name, text extra small, text neutral of 400, and here we can write the length of the collection. So collection dot saves dot length. Okay, and shorts. So let's save, and this should look something like this. And lastly we are going to show a minus sign over here if we have added this short inside this collections. So let's add that also. So here for now I'm going to make the show minus a boolean to true. So const show minus is equals to true, and then I can use that over here, show minus. If this is true, then we are going to show this div, class name bg neutral of 200, a width of 30 pixels, and flex item center justify center, rounded empty, and mr5. Now inside this we can have minus icon, size will be 30, and class name will be text white, and stroke width will be 4. So this is going to look something like this. So with this we are done with all the JSX part. Now I'm going to write the mutation and functions to add the short in these collections, and for also removing the short from a collection. Okay, so here we can write const add short to collection mutation is equals to use mutation. Now here first we are going to give the mutation key. So here this will be choose collection and the mutation function. So this will be asynchronous. Now here we are going to return await add short to collection. Okay, and we can pass the upload ID, and we can pass the upload ID and ID. And here first we're going to check if we have upload ID or not. So if we have upload ID, then we are going to get const res is equals to await add short to collection, pass the upload ID, and the ID, and then we are going to return the response. Okay, this will give error or the success message. Okay, that's it. After this, let's make the second mutation for removing our short. So this will be remove short from collection. This will be choose not, and this will be remove short from collection, and we can use remove short from collection, and that's it. Now let's write the functions here. So first will be const handle add short to collection. You can actually directly use these mutations inside our on-click handlers, but I'm going to make a function here so that we can easily add some more things inside this function if we want to. Okay, mutation, not mutation, add collection to mutation dot mutate, and I think we do not have to do anything. One thing we might need to do is refetch our data. So I'm going to write here add short collection dot add short to collection dot is success. So if this is success, then I'm going to actually refetch, and this is giving me an error, so I can move these two up over here. And also one more key will be remove short from collection dot is success. Okay, so now whenever these two functions or mutation happens, then we are going to refetch our collection data. And I think that's it for this function. We do not have to do anything apart from this. Let's make one more function to remove the short from collection. So this will be handle remove short from collection, use remove short from collection dot mutate. And also let's define our show minus boolean. So collections dot saves dot find save, and if save dot upload id, if this is equals to our upload id, then this will be true, otherwise this will be false. So now if I save, okay, so after this let's add our functions. So on clicking this, now let's add our functions over here. So on clicking this, we are going to write handle add short to collection, and on clicking this we are going to write handle remove short from collection. Now let's save, and I'm going to actually refresh it. Okay, so I'm going to choose this, and now as you can see we have one shot over here. We immediately get our image, which is the first item of this shot. And now if I try to remove this from our collection, as you can see, okay, I think it did not remove our shot from our collection. Let's see, not here in the save. Okay, so it added the shot to the collection, but it did not actually remove the shot from the collection, so we might need to figure that out. But let's try one more time. I'm going to remove this from here. Okay, and now we should not have anything here. Now if I click on this, it's added over here. Now I'm going to create one more collection here. This will be second collection, create, and now we have one more. Okay, what is happening here? Okay, it took some time, but why the name is similar here? Let's go here. This should be second, but these two are add collection. This should be name, I think. So let's go here, and let's go here. This is add collection. So okay, so the problem was that we also have to add id as a key over here, so that whenever the id changes we need to refetch our data. So since we have two collections, there's going to be a change in id, and for that the collection data needs to be refetched. And this is how we are going to have these two different collections over here. Previously I did not added that over here, and because of that we were having the same collection two times. Now also I did one more change here. Let me remove the consoles from here. So what I did here, I changed the key. This is all collection filtered, and this is all collection. Okay, so we should not have any kind of collisions. Okay, so now with this done, now I'm again going to remove this shot from this collection. Okay, so this is still not working, and there's nothing here. So okay, so I was able to figure out the problem, and the problem was with this function. Right now this is covering whole component, and whenever we are actually removing the shot from the collection, this is adding that shot back to the collection, and that is why our remove function is nullified. What we can do here is we can add event.stop propagation, and that would solve our problem. So now we can add it like this. So this will event, let's write event here. So event dot stop propagation, so this will actually stop whatever this function is doing, and then we can use this. So now let's save this, go back here, and now if I click on this, this will remove the shot from here. Now as you can see, we do not have any saves here, and now I can also save that here. Whenever I can click anywhere I want, and this will add that shot here. Now if I try to add that shot here, nothing will happen. You can see first I have to remove that from here, then add it here. Okay, and yeah, and after that I also added the filter property feature here. So in that also we have to do some changes. Sorry for all these changes, but first add state over here, collection title, set collection title, and then add the value collection title and on change handler. After that, we need to change how we are filtering our data. So we have used include here instead of this. Okay, and everything will be same. Okay, and yeah, now they should work. Okay, so now when I click on this, I have two collections, and as you can see, I'm not getting minus over here. I can add one more shot, and this will show two shots. When I click on this will not add that shot here. I have to remove that shot from here, and this will remove this particular shot, not the previous one, and I can add it here. Okay, and this will show me so this is not showing anything because the first item is actually a video, so you can modify this. Okay, you can add a video here. Okay, so yeah, you can do all this stuff, and I think everything is working now. I can add one more shot. We can say third, create, and now we will have the third collection here, and I can add that inside that. Okay, yeah, and also one thing I can add here, let's go above and give this a class name. I can give max height of I think 300 and overflow y scroll. Okay, let's make one more collection, fourth, create, and now we have a scroll bar. Okay, so yeah, I think we are done with the collection part. Now what we have to do after this, we are done with our model. Now we have to show that this shot has been saved. Okay, so let's do that. So for that we need to go to the heading, and now we are going to work inside this. Okay, so here let's use a React query to fetch our saved data. So I can copy this and paste over here. We are going to change here is shot saved. Okay, and this is going to be check save. Okay, and after that inside the query function we are going to write return wait is shots is shot saved by user, and we need to pass the upload id, so this will be show data dot id, and we can check over here if show data id is available. Okay, and show data dot user dot id, and yeah, now we can use that below. So here we can use, first let's write a class name like this, and here as well. Now we are going to check if the data is saved or not. So is saved short saved. Okay, and is saved. So if this comes to be true, then we are going to write pg pink 200, otherwise border of 1 pixels and border neutral of 200 and rounded full. Okay, and we need to remove some things from here, so we are going to remove flex, item center, rounded full, yeah, these things I think. Okay, let's go here. We need to add rounded full. Yeah, but in Dribble we have something like this now. One sec, yeah. Okay, and also we need to make the text white. So here we can make text white. Okay, and we need to change the fill color here. So in the fill color, we can check if is short saved dot is saved is true. Then we are going to write this. So the color will be DE31 and 63. Otherwise we are going to go with the white color. Okay, now let's save, and they should look something like this. And okay, we do not need to actually have border, I think. So I will make the stroke width 0. Okay, something like this. So let's go here, and we can check here is short saved dot is saved. If this is true, if this is true, then we are going to go with the 0, otherwise 2. Now if I click on this, this will open our collection. Now we can remove this from here. Done. And this is not refetching our data, so we need to add a key over here. So this will be, let's go to the collection model, and we can add let's go below. Okay, so we can add this, I think, as a key. I'm not sure if this will work, but I'm going to add that over here. Okay, let's add this. Okay, so this is not working actually. Let's fix this first, and then we are going to make that functional. Okay, so when this is not saved, then in that case the fill will be FFF. So this should be hash n. Okay, something like this. Okay, now we can save this over here. Okay, so we have one more problem. Let's fix this as well. So this is coming from the collection model, and this is coming because in the gallery item we have a JSON, and that is why we are getting this problem. So we can check over here here. So we can check over here dot type. So if this is equals to gallery, this will be a string. If this is equals to gallery, then we are going to have empty slash, so this will show nothing. Otherwise we can just copy this again, and then in that case we are going to have content here. Now this should solve our problem. And now if I open this and this again, I'm not getting that error. Okay, not getting that error again. Yeah. Okay, so now let's solve this problem. Okay, so whenever we remove this shot from here, I want this to reflect over here. So we can make a hook or something like that to actually refetch our this data. So I'll come back after making that adjustment. Okay, so in the collection store I made one more state here, is changed, then toggle function, and then added here. Now I'm going to use this to refresh this data. So let's go above, and here I can add is changed, and then I can add that over here is changed. Okay, now let's go to the collection model, and whenever we are adding or removing the shot, we are going to toggle that boolean. So here I'm going to do that here. Okay, so undefined, and then we can add an object, and on success this will, let's first import that toggle is changed, and then I can use that over here. Toggle is changed. Okay, now let's copy this and paste over here. Now let's save, and now we should be able to immediately see our changes. Okay, so here I'm going to open this, add to the second, and this, as you can see, uh, this changed immediately. Now if I remove this changed immediately, as you can see. So this is working, and yeah, with this we are done with our collection as well. Now in the next video we are going to make these buttons functional, and apart from this we are also going to make a separate page for each shot, and we are also going to work on this following page and other small stuff before we go to the profile page. Okay, so in the next video we are going to do all this small stuff, okay, to finalize our home page. Okay, so this was all for this video.